welcome back to Rach and Bella Crafts. I hope you're well. So I'm here today to carry on with the prompt for the day. But I've also got a tutorial for you today. We're doing number 5 because I am a day behind. I'm going to catch up today, I promise. And it's friendship is our word for the day. So I kind of had this whole idea in my head that I was going to do, and I thought, oh right, I'm going to get some pictures of my friends and I'll do some good stuff with them on there. And then nothing came yesterday, and it was just nothing was there. So I was like, okay. So in the end, I didn't do anything yesterday because I just didn't get an idea. So I thought, I'm not going to panic. Thankfully, I wasn't doing the prompt for the day. So make sure you check out Kelly's video because she did a really good video. That's MedHut2880 is her YouTube channel. Make sure you go and check her out because she did a brilliant prompt video for us yesterday. Today also is plants. I'll come on to that a bit later, but can you make sure you check out Pino at Handmade and Crafty Junk Journals, because you've then got Dora and you've got Rebecca doing some prompt videos for you today. I'm going to show you a quick tutorial. Not my idea. This idea has come from Carol at Oak House Journals. Make sure you check her out. She does a brilliant tutorial on it. I'm going to try my very, very best to reenact what she's done for you guys today. But please make sure you go over and check out the original video and, give her a comment there too and show her some support. So what she has done, she's done a tutorial this week. She's actually doing a series of tutorials. So make sure you check out the other ideas she's got there. But the one that's caught my eye, well, actually caught Mum's eye, and she was like, oh, check this out. I thought it was perfect. Is a hidden journal spot. Now, we all love hidden journal spots. We all love little secret places to write things. And she had various names for them, but I'm going to just stick with hidden journal spot because I know you guys know what I mean when I say that. So the idea is to make, let me just move my little decoration out of the way a minute, to make a notelet that keeps itself closed. So you can call it a self-sealing envelope, you can call it a secret tuck, whatever you want to call it, but it keeps itself closed. You cannot see what's inside. My boys make something that look a bit like this. They're called ninja stars. We're not making ninja stars, but I can kind of see how that would be adapted to do that. So let me also just show you something else really cool that Carol did explain to us that you can do as well. So I've got a little ticket here with this little journal spot. You will also then have tuck spots. Now, she had a really great word for it. She called it an inclusion. I've never heard that term before, but what a great definition for what it is. It's a little inclusion, something that we're including into the journal, but look at all the hidden tuck spot space. And as she explains to you in her video, depending on where you catch the paper, you've got lots of different tucks and folds, and it'll depend then on how far and how large a piece of paper you can put in. So, versatile, we like that. And I'm just going to show you how you could then pop that into your journal. So this is my page I'm going to be working on later on today, and I will possibly, more than likely, pop it onto that page there because I'm just going to be expanding the space. Now that little tuck spot, hidden journal spot there, is made from a piece of paper this size, which is actually 8 by 4 inches. 8 inches long by 4 inches wide. So when you open that, you have this amount of paper to write in. So opening that out onto there would be ideal. So I'm going to show you really quickly how I'm going to do that. Okay, so piece of paper, any piece of paper. As you can see, it is nice if you've got a nice pattern on the back, but different patterns are going to give you different styles. Carol actually does one with some really thin, kind of almost like tracing paper, and it's brilliant. Again, make sure you check it out. So take a piece of paper, you're going to fold it in half. That's the first thing we're going to do, fold it in half. And then we're going to unfold it. Then we're going to take the bottom tail here on this corner, and you're going to take it up, and you're going to fold it along that fold line that we've just created in the center. Okay, so if your piece of paper has been cut nice and squarely, it should, in theory, go all the way up there, and then you should be able to still fold that over there comfortably. If, like me, a piece of paper wasn't cut quite so accurately, because My cutters doesn't seem to want to play ball today. You might end up with a bit of overplay, but don't worry about that for now. We're then going to bring this corner down here, and we're going to tuck that down there. So now you see why I'm not too worried about a little bit of excess there. Again, still making sure we can bring this side over, so we're keeping everything this side. So you've got one fold there, one fold back on itself. Now we're going to take the top bit and we're going to fold it back again. So taking it back, halfway up. So now we've got this section here. Once you've done that, you are then going to put your nail here. I had to think then. Notice that dramatic pause? I might edit that pause out. You need to lift this flat back. You put your nail here right on that fold, and you're going to then take this tail and you're going to go up. So imagine you're folding a serviette. It's almost like a swan neck on a serviette. Okay? And there we go. So when you've done that, that then should be able to sit in the fold there. All right? So that then is the one side. That's really cool, isn't it? Now at this point you may, and I'm going to do this just to, you may want to just ink, because once you've folded this you're going to think, oh, I wish I'd inked. So I'm just going to ink a second, call it an interval, whatever you want. But I think when it's shut then you can see it just looks better. You can see the definition of the folds. Because I didn't ink the first time and then I had to unfold it all again, which is fine. You can do that too. It's not an issue, but I'm just going to ink. Okay, so everything we just did to that side, we're now going to do to this side, but the other way. So this little bit here that we folded, keep that in here. We're not going to lift that out. We're going to now take this top piece here and we're going to fold down here. So this is an ideal project to do if you have, you know, the scrap bit that you always cut off the end. It's perfect for that. So, for example, if you've got a sheet of paper and you've tried to make a square out of it and you have that bit left over, you know, we always have that bit that's that bit. See, you could do this with those bits. So you're always trying to think of things that we can do with our scraps. So back up again. There we go. So let me just show you that again. So we brought it down and now we're taking it up there. All right. Make sure you fold and really, you know, get in there. Now we're going to lift this flappy bit up and we're going to take it back on itself. And then we've got our flap, and then I do find it easier. Carol did point this out, she's quite right. It is easier if the bit you fold and you have the point pointing at you, just so that you can get your finger right into that fold there. And another fantastic tip that she tells us is when you fold this little tail out, it needs to fall on this side of that bit there. So where you've got the fold from last time, you need to make sure that this bit here folds that side of it. So if it is kind of like going to overlap, shove it back, okay? Because there's no good overlapping, it won't work. So it needs to be this side of the fold. There we go. So again, I'm just going to really quickly ink, because I think if you ink, it helps everything just to stand out a bit better. Which is always a bonus when you're doing something like this, because you want everything to kind of show. So to finish off, you simply pull yourself back now, pull this back, and then you're going to tuck that under there. And that's it. It's as simple as that. How awesome is that idea? So thank you for that, Carol, because I love that, and it's perfect for what I'm going to do on my page today. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the tutorial to make the little hidden journaling spot. I'm going to decorate mine up now in a similar style to how Carol showed us on Oak House Journals. And then I'm going to do my page spread for today. So I didn't do it yesterday because I didn't have an idea yesterday and I wasn't quite sure where to go with it. And then I was thinking, friendships. I was going to get some photographs of myself and some friends, and like I say, do a bit of a layout with that, but I couldn't find the picture that I was looking for, so that kind of drew a blank on that one. And then today I had to nip out this morning, and when I got back I thought, oh, I'm going to cut the grass because it was getting on my nerves, and I'd been leaving it because obviously we had the fuel shortage. I didn't want to waste the petrol, but that seems to be improving now, so I thought, right, I'm going to cut the grass because the pups are running through it, and they're running through all my overhanging dahlias, and the nasturtiums have gone absolutely bonkers out there. So I thought, do you know, I think I've just inked the wrong side. I thought, oh, I'll give it all a bit of a trim, and it turns out I should do it all the time, because when I'm gardening I seem to get my best ideas. So whilst I was cutting the grass, I had a completely different train of thought, and then I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I had a song come to mind that my dad used to sing a lot when we were kids, and when I was in school, because my dad was our head teacher, and it's called What a Friend We Have in Jesus, and the song comes from a poem that was written by a man called Joseph Scriven. Apologies if you know this, but I thought I'd better give you a bit of the backstory. And he wrote it in approximately the 1850s, so it's like a really old song. And he, I've done that wrong there now, sorry. See, I shouldn't craft and talk, it's just not possible. He wrote it in the 1850s, and it was a poem that he sent to his mum. Now, Joseph Scriven was actually a man from Ireland, and he had quite a sad story. He was due to get married, and his fiancée died. She was unwell, I think, and no, she didn't, sorry, she drowned. That's correct. Yes, the day before his wedding she drowned. So tragic. And he went to Canada then to start again. And then he met another lovely lady, and they were going to get married, and then she tragically died before they got married. She had pneumonia. So he was a man with an awful lot of tragedy in his life, and yet he wrote this beautiful poem because just after his second fiancée passed away, his mum was unwell back home in Ireland, and he couldn't get home to her. So he wrote her this poem and sent her this poem, and the poem is the song. So what I've done is I found on the internet, because the internet is awesome, I found the actual image of the actual handwriting of Joseph Scriven when it was a poem, and it was called Pray Without Ceasing, and this is what he sent to his mum. So I'm going to use that. That's kind of like what my thought process is around today. I also then found some of the old music paper, an image of that, so I'm going to use that as well as a journal card. But I've got to show you, this is how bonkers my morning went. The first time I printed it, they came out that size. Look. I don't know what on earth I'd done there, but I clearly wasn't going to be able to use those, was I? So obviously that's just 1/4 of the, that's why I didn't finish cutting the card. I thought, I've got to show you, I don't know what I did there. But no, my dad used to sing this song when we were kids. He used to play it when I was in school, and we used to sing it at home. My dad had this most gorgeous, he's got a fantastic guitar, he's had since way before my time. I think he bought it when he was in his late teens, and it's a 12-string, and it's just got the fullest sound. And when he used to play that when we were kids, and we'd sit and sing and one thing and another. So yeah, this song kind of came to mind today when I was out cutting the grass. But isn't it funny, because the songs you sing when you're children and you just don't realise what you're singing. And I was singing it in the garden today. I don't actually think I was singing in my head either. I was cutting the grass. I did say to Mum after, I was probably being a bit loud, but anyway. I was singing the words today, and it kind of really struck home with me, you know, what the song was all about, or rather what the poem was all about. And I just thought, you know, don't we sing things as especially if you've been singing them since you were a child, and we don't really know what we're singing about, and then when you sing it again as an adult, then it really rings home with you, you know. So I mean, where's the one line in there? It talks about, you know, what a privilege that we are able to just go and just talk to God when things are not going well. But so that's my gratitude for today. My gratitude is the words to this song, because it's got lots and lots of meaning. And I'm going to use some of this really lovely eyelash now on here. And I'm going to stick this little stamp that I happen to have to hand with a W on, or a W. And then that'll go on there. And it'll look like it's been sealed, but we'll still be able to open it and write in it. So let's let that set a minute. Okay, so I'm going to just do some work on the backgrounds, and I'm going to, I want to use up some of my scraps as I'm going along, because I'm really conscious that as these pages go on, obviously there's a lot of collaging going on in the journal, and I'm just thinking that I'm going to have loads of scraps left over otherwise. Well, in fact I have, let me just quickly show you. This is just some of what is on my desk, so I don't want that to kind of like get bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm going to just go and do a little bit of stitching. I've got a nice bit of fabric there that I'd like to put onto this page here. And of course, a great thing about this journal is if I want to go and take anything to the sewing machine, I can just pull out the page. Yay! So I'm thinking I might lay that there, and then I'm going to make a little cluster and put a button on there, and I'm going to do a scrappy thing with this, and then I'm going to turn these into journaling cards so I can write on the back. I'm going to have to back that obviously because I fluffed up with the thing. I've got this beautiful piece of lace that I want to incorporate somehow, and I've also got some scraps that I've already stuck together and stitched around the edge because I'm going to use that as the background of the page. So I'm going to just zip off and do that, and then I'll give you a rundown then when I'm done. Okay. finished. I have added one of the little hidden tuck spots here. I have also left a space behind, so if I do want to put a tag in there later on, I can. I added a little cluster here. I've done some stamping, I've put some old fabric behind there, and I've done the same then with a word here. And I've put there collect beautiful memories because, well, I'm sure you all just heard the music. I hope you enjoyed it. And that was us this afternoon having a jam, and my dad and my son playing on the guitar. But yeah, so that I put that in there because that is a little bit of history about the song and the guy that wrote it. So I thought I'll keep that in there. Got that off the internet this afternoon, and that is his original poem there. So I've got a bit of space there now to write something on there as well later on. Lace pocket behind, little scrappy cluster, and then some of the words and music to the song, and then I've just written on the back then about what we did today. And then here again I've added another one of those little hidden writing spots, which of course then I can open up, and if I want to journal in there a bit later on and add some extra memories, then I can. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and really enjoying seeing all of your prompts and all the work that you've been doing, and your stuff, the pictures that you've been putting up, and the videos. So thanks for sharing those. Please remember to leave us a like and a comment if you've got anything that you want to feedback to us. Other than that, we'll see you for the next video. Take care now. Bye.